Herb Jaster isn't supposed to be driving these back roads, not since the RCMP launched a massive manhunt for his nephew. Curt Dagenais is accused of shooting 2 RCMP officers only a few miles from here. Jaster says his sister Elsie's bitter divorce from Art Dagenais triggered the violent confrontation with the 2 officers 6 days ago.
What happened on Friday that led to Curt Dagenais being accused of these shootings?
My sister and her ex-husband had a court appearance in Battleford, and they were going to divide the property up, and it was just him and his lawyer and the judge and Elsie and her lawyer. And Art says she's not getting anything. And anyway, of course, he became aware that the law is a law. He has to sacrifice half of what they have. And he came home apparently and got a hold of Curt and told Curt that he's going to lose half the farm, that Curt was supposed to inherit the farm. And he knew darn well that Curt would fly off the handle.
How did you react when you found out what had happened?
Not a bit. I didn't react a bit because we were anticipating that. It was a matter of time that somebody was going to get shot. Everybody said that. Art don't like losing, and Curt, he's got a chip on his shoulder and on drugs and everything, and it was a matter of time, and there was going to be shooting. We expected that.
Was this sort of event in character for Curt?
Definitely, yeah. He's always in trouble.
Curt Dagenais and his father Art are both well known to police in this area. They've both got criminal records from their run-ins with the law. Art Dagenais is in jail right now, waiting to see whether he gets bail on a charge connected with the hunt for his son. Curt Dagenais has convictions for possession of cocaine, assault, and threatening to kill a highway traffic officer.
He hates police, and his dad hates police.
Based on what?
On just hate them. They're both bullies, and they don't like authority. They are prime bullies.
Is there anything in his background that would explain this to you?
I think he had a bad upbringing. Like he was very abused throughout their marriage, my sister's marriage.
It's been 6 days since Curt Dagenais vanished into the dense bush south of here. RCMP evacuated area farms and set up roadblocks on the main roads.
Knowing what you know about your nephew, where do you think he's at right now?
I think he's holed up in a bush. He's just waiting it out. Like it's really bush there. The fire went through a few years ago, and the underbush come up, and he's just in there holed up, waiting it out. And I thought maybe, or some people thought maybe he just shot himself, after that, but the police are always out there. They would have heard the shot, and I think he's still in there just holed up.
What sort of bush skills does he have?
I don't really think he has that much. He hunted a bit, but I don't know if he's ever killed anything. I don't think he's that skilled in the bush.
So how do you think he's making a go of it?
I think he got it rough. Yeah, and he was just wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and nights were pretty cold, and the other night we had rain there. And unless he had clothes in his vehicle and maybe even food. When he shot those RCMP, he might have went back and got them before the other RCMP arrived. But we think he's out there just with nothing.
At 70, Herb Jaster says he's too old and seen too much to not speak bluntly about what's happened in his family.
If you had to give a sort of a quick snapshot of your nephew, this is a kid that you've known since he was born, how would you describe him to people?
If I shot and killed him, I'd feel about as much remorse as if I shot a mangy coyote. Because he's tortured our family for years, and I have no respect for him. And I have no respect for his dad. And the whole community would be behind me.
Again, that's pretty strong words.
It is. I call it as I see it. Like he has no friends, his dad has no friends, he has no neighbors, no family. They're two of a kind, and they're compared to that James Roscoe that killed those 4 RCMP in Alberta. They're identical. In fact, when the news came out about that killing, the first thing I said, we got another 2 James Roscoes right here in Mildred, and everybody said that. They're different.
Dan Zakreski, CBC News, near Spiritwood.